Guten Tag, meine Damen und Herren, ich begrüße Sie. Mein Name ist Jörg Mülleneisen und ich bin der Sales Manager bei der Firma Optisense.
I would like to cordially invite you to our lecture entitled, Measuring Coating Thicknesses in Tubes, at Edges, and Curves. A non-contact measurement on straight and flat surfaces is already a well-known technique. Measuring on edges, arches, rough surfaces, inside of pipes or even inside containers is a special challenge. With the following examples, I would like to show you a brief overview on possibilities of our measuring technology. Yes, a coating thickness measurement on car rim can be considered as an difficult application, delicate testing. But let me introduce a little more difficult application. The first practical example takes us to the world of agriculture. Let us take a look at one of the largest manufacturers of agricultural machinery. The company employs 6,500 people in Germany alone and has been the market leader in tractors for over 20 years. All agricultural machines are built according to the strictest quality criteria. Of course, the tractors are no exception. All main components such as motors, gearboxes are designed, built, and tested in-house. And the green paint with the high recognition value is unique in its color scheme and is special for the company. The quality standards for tractor models are very high, but not only in terms of performance. Comfort also plays a decisive role for customers on long journeys. For example, in tight corners, on uneven terrain, in extreme soil and weather conditions and possibly with high mud and dust load. The hydraulics not only have to cushion shocks, but also need to able to withstand aggressive of crop protection and fertilizers. And because the rear axle hydraulics for the cabin suspension is a functionally relevant component, it is subjected to particularly demanding tests. During the coating thickness measurement on our production component, the layer thickness was verified at 4 different locations using a reference method. The values here are between 44 and 292 nanometers. It means, the coating thickness varies by almost a factor of 7. The problem is that the coating differs so much that it is not sufficient to measure at only one point on the component. Here, testing must be required especially at the critical, difficult to access curves and at the narrowest points. Of course, this poses a very special challenge to the measuring system to be protected. The solution is offered by one of our paint checker mobile devices. The mobile devices are specially designed for baked powder application. They are lightweight, very flexible and due to the working distance of approximate 35 millimeters. You can measure even in very inaccessible places quickly, accurately, reproducibly, and contact-free. Thanks to the small measuring spot size, from 0.3 to 1 millimeter, depending on the device type, they can be used on a wide variety of geometries and materials. For your information, the 2 small containers you see are already applied with oil during painting. The sensor is particularly suitable for freehand measurement on curved surfaces. As with all optical systems, the sensor is connected with a flexible cable. And as you can see in the video, our paint checker mobile can actually reach into every hidden corner of the component and take precise measurements. The lightweight sensor is guided precisely to the component without touching or even damaging sensitive coating surface. Let's briefly summarize the advantages of our paint checker mobile device. Paint checker can precisely measure even small point of the angled hydraulic, and can measure in the wet state. The paint checker measures accurately, despite the presence of oil film on the components. It can be used flexibly to optimize your quality control process, that saves you time and money. And that brings us to the next example. Foils, or markings for ski races, or even railroad switches are regularly sprayed. For all these diverse tasks, there are professional high-pressure sprayers, to which demand is high and the application spectrum is enormous. For example, in crop protection and pest control, for lubricating or cleaning machinery, or for disinfecting. A family business near Stuttgart has specialized in spraying equipment for toxic ingredients. With its extensive range, the sprayer manufacturer is one of the leading brands worldwide with top quality made in Germany. You can imagine that such a sprayer does not have an easy life. Inside the container is filled with detergents and disinfectants, acids, alkalines and liquid oils. In addition to the attractive exterior paint, a high-quality coating is required. Even with extremely aggressive liquids such as hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, ammonia, or methanol, the coating must be 100% resistant. Material must be consistent to ensure that the paint application inside the spray bottle is within the specified tolerance and also complies with the legal framework. Thus the layer thickness is checked. If too little paint was applied here, the fail coating could lead to corrosion of the steel and other serious consequences. Changing colors are only the smallest challenge with this type of layer thick measurement. The sensor must pass through a small narrow opening into the interior of the book sprays container. The coating thickness is then precisely measured at defined points. The laser then moves to the next position and checks the layer thickness at the new position. The individual measurements shown in this example take about half a second and are controlled and operated fully automatically. This means, with our paint checker models, you can even measure inside the container. Even hard to reach places, small parts, corners, and edges. It is precise, non-contact and non-destructive coating thickness measurement, before curing, and thanks to the low weight, it also optimal to use for robot assembly. I hope you got a good impression with this example that such a measurement task needs a sophisticated technique, as the one from Optisense. By the way, similar to the spray tank, you can of course also test fire extinguishers and much more. Whether car rim, spray tank or tractor part, all examples have shown that paint checker system can measure the coating thickness, accurately and quickly, at any desired position. In every corner or curved inside, no matter how twisted. But not only the inside of vessels and pipes can be measured, contactlessly and precisely with our paint checker models. Our paint checker systems are flexible and universally applicable. From our pre-calibrate mobile device to our tailor-made calibration for the most unusual application, to our industrial systems with different types of sensor, up to our multi-controllers, where up to 8 sensors can measure simultaneously. Optisense is the world's leading provider of photothermal measuring systems for coating thicknesses. Started as a spin-off of the Fraunhofer Optics Center NRW in Bochum, we have developed the first handheld sensor worldwide. If you have any further questions or need additional information, please feel free to contact us.
Hier können Sie meine Kontaktdaten sehen und ich möchte mich recht herzlich für Ihr Interesse bedanken.